What is going on YouTube? We are back, Fairmont, Minnesota, and Mother Nature is at it again.
Yeah, we got some snow. We thought these colder temps were really gonna help us out here in the next couple days, but well, I don't know. I think looks like they got probably 3 to 4 inches of snow here, a little more than we did in Iowa, but you can't see that on the lake.
Yeah.
And you know why? Because all that snow, well, it's sunk into the ice, and well, when that's happening, it's not a good thing, guys. I mean, it's not good. We were over on Hall Lake here checking that out, and out there at the point, it's opening up already, and just none of that ice on Hall was even worth, we didn't even set foot on it. It's pretty well over there, guys. We can only hope that maybe it's going to open up next week, or really open up and get this ice moving and get it out of here, because that's the best thing can happen at this point.
Absolutely. Then we can get the boats out and hammer on some fish.
Safety is our #1 concern, and just with the way the ice looks, I mean, I'm not saying you can't get out and get on it. I mean, yes, you probably can, but you can't see any bad spots. You can't see those spots that we put out there that were thinner than others. You can't see nothing. You can spud and spud, but you're gonna walk into something you're not gonna see, and it'll be over. And then the chances of getting back up onto the good ice right now is a lot tougher. I mean, this ice is definitely floating and moving, sagging on Hall. When we stepped onto the edges, it instantly was sinking. It wasn't staying up at all. And the only reason we didn't break it was because it sunk to the ground and was sitting on the ground. So,
yeah.
So Hall Lake is definitely a no-go. We're seeing here, we're in Gumsrud Park again. We're not really seeing much of I'm not saying you can't access it here. I'll go out there and we'll see if I fall in.
Yeah, we'll see if the float suit works.
We'll see how the float suit works, but I'll go out there. We're not gonna really drill any holes today. I'm sorry about that, but we've definitely lost a lot of ice. I was here on Sunday and I thought things were getting better, but the last 3 days, Monday through Wednesday, have been really warm in the afternoons, and
it took a toll.
Definitely took a toll on the ice, and now we got the water moving underneath, and we got the wind pushing. The ice is floating and moving, so you're kind of getting beat on both sides with it right now, unfortunately. So
yeah, I
wish we had some better news, but that's why we're here, so you don't drive 2 to 3 hours to come fish Fairmont on Saturday, and well, this is what you got. So
right. But, which, when we check the water treatment plant, there might be a little bit better ice over there, but we'll obviously stick with us, watch the video, and we'll go and check that. But after we check here, we'll show you what Hall looks like anyways, talk a little bit there, and then we'll go to the water treatment plant, because that's been consistently the better ice in the last 3 ice reports.
Yeah, and I think the wind direction benefited that, to where the ice pushed towards the shore there. It was floating and it pushed towards the water treatment plant, so that ice pushed up and it's not separated far from shore, and there is still decent ice out there. But like I said, the way things look, like safety wise, this is it just ain't worth it, in my opinion. So it's up to you guys on what you want to do, but we're just looking forward to spring at this point. That's for us, that's where it's going to go. We got to shift gears, adapt a little bit, find some places to catch fish, so that's what we're gonna do.
Well, yeah, maybe we'll be driving around the countryside looking for open water, take the boat out or something next week.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned, maybe we'll have a video on it.
Stay tuned for the destination of finding open water, because we might be able to get the boat in somewhere, which will be fun. I had never in my life of 37 years seen to where we are going to be trying to get the ice out before the end of February. It's February 15th.
How many people have had their boat out fishing open water in December on Christmas?
On Christmas, mind you, yeah, when we had it out.
Then you can get your boat back out again in February. I'm sure the end of February, unless things change crazy.
Well,
things are going to be open. We drove around checking some different places in Iowa. That stuff is opening up. But it's
crazy. It's crazy.
It's a different kind of year.
I wish I had great news and more upbeat thing about it, but it kind of is what it is. Like I said, it's time to probably pull the boat out of storage and start going through things and upgrading, and like we said, get to that bait shop and buy some ice fishing jigs there, because the ice fishing jigs work, jigging over the side of the boat and all that stuff. All the stuff we use in the winter still works in the spring and the fall, so nothing to be ashamed of trying that stuff. And then maybe you need some stuff for your boat, maybe you need some different things. So
yeah, take this limbo time between ice fishing and open water fishing to get all your open water stuff ready to go on your days off or nights off. Get everything good to go with the long rods, your boats, whatever it is. That way as soon as the ice is gone,
you're ready.
Get at it.
You're ready, because I mean, we've been talking about this, and you know, this ice fishing season, I mean, in very blatant terms, has just stunk.
Yeah,
that's all there is to it. I mean, we've had 3 weeks where we were on the ice, and that was it. 3 straight weeks of fishing, that's all we got. Granted, we're blessed because we were busy for those 3 weeks and we got a lot of people out and we had a lot of fun. I'm not sure how many yellows the count is, but it's definitely way lower than what we've had the past couple years, unfortunately. But
well, we only got to basically fish for 3 weeks.
Yep. I mean, the only thing about that is
normally we have 6-8 weeks.
You know, think of this spring. Think of the amount of fish that didn't get taken out through the ice that normally get taken out.
Yeah.
You know, this spring when that water gets up, these fish start spawning. It's probably going to be an epic spring. It's probably going to be something that we've never seen before. You know, just crazy amounts of fish may be caught. I mean, it just could be just one of the best springs you've ever seen, and it'll be fun to be a part of. So we're thinking positive that way.
Definitely.
You know, one thing we say too is don't forget that we guide out of boats. So if you don't have a boat, you know, you can still give us a call and, you know, get on the schedule to do some open water trips, because you know, we'd love it. We'd love to get you out there and show you how to catch these fish. And you know, we're not limited to just yellow bass. We can catch a lot of other things as well. So you know, get on the schedule, give us a call, check out the Facebook page, and we'll get you out there.
Absolutely. Well,
all right, well, let's see if I go swimming.
Lucas swims.
Are you gonna get on ice?
I'll get on it, but it's not gonna stay. And that right there is a no-go. When you do this, it's time to go back. So, I mean, this is only for your guys' viewing pleasure.
Yeah. Yeah. Man. I don't know if I want to follow him out.
I ain't gonna go too much further. I think they seen what they need to see. I mean, you're looking at 3 hits, 3.5 to bust through. You know, that's on shore.
Ooh, but that was close. About slipped and fell.
I'm not saying it's going to be a little better out there, but just the way things are, it's so dangerous to be able to see things. You know, now that it got this snow on and the snow soaked in and turned everything white, you know, you can't see any bad spots. You can't tell if you're going to walk into something bad. It's just not worth it. You know, it's just not. I mean, I know you want to catch fish. I know you've been wanting to ice fish, but safety is #1 concern. And right now, at this point in time, it just isn't safe at all.
Yeah.
Like I said, we're not saying you can't get out. I'm not saying you can't try it. I'm just telling you how I feel. This is my opinion, so don't get mad. My opinion is that it's not safe, that I don't even think I would want to go out there and fish, because not only that, but then when you're out there, the temperatures are going to warm up, things are going to change. You know, you might be standing on a spot where you're good, and then next thing you know, you're not good no more and you're down. You know, that's how quickly things can change with the way the ice is right now. I thought a lot differently. I was expecting to see a lot better results than what we have right now, but I guess that's why we come and check things, because you just never know. You never know.
Yep.
And this ice is cracking, banging, popping. In bad ways, but now we'll go over, check out and show you a haul here on the south side, and that's, you know, that's open water.
Yeah.
Probably could put some waders on and walk out and do some casting or cast from shore there. So
yeah,
we'll do that, and then we'll go to the water treatment plant and we'll go look at Sisseton and whatnot and see what those look like as well. So
all right.
Well, here's Hall.
Yep.
Like we said,
it's Hall.
It's a goner. Unless you got an airboat. You know, if anybody wants to make any donations so we can get an airboat, that'd be great. That may, you know, if we're gonna have to deal with more winters like this, that may be our next big investment, is having an airboat so we can get out on stuff like this. Because then I'd be fine, because we wouldn't have to get out of it and we could just buzz across and drill holes and find fish and fish out of the airboat. But
yeah.
that's about your only method, and you know, that's a pretty big investment to make for just ice fishing.
Yep. Definitely. Well,
so
there's really not much else to say for Hall here.
No, you can see the tears running down my face. But once again, it's the cards we're dealt, and you know, we got to think positive because, you know, this spring when everything leaves, like I said, the fishing's going to be pretty darn awesome. So
oh yeah, it's going to be.
I can't stamp a guarantee on that, but I almost will, because just because these fish didn't get fished a lot and a lot didn't get taken out, that there's going to be that more available this spring to catch and from shore and out in the boats. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Definitely.
And it may not be much longer. Like I said, we got temps in the 50s next week. We get some wind. You know, we can get some 40, 50 mile an hour spring, or, well, I don't know, February spring winds.
Yeah.
February spring winds, I guess, as you want to call it. If we can get some of that, get this ice moving even more, get it to start breaking up, and wow, we could be out in the boats before March 1st.
Yep. That we could be.
That would be awesome. That would be epic. But we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yep. Well, we'll head over to the water treatment plant. Well, I'm standing on the ice.
Yeah, I think definitely a lot better over here on the water treatment plant. There's not any open water on the edges. A little bit of shiny spots where there's water that's refroze, but not terrible right here. I mean, we'll see what we got when we get out there a little bit and drill a hole, but
yep.
This stuff, you know, has froze up and the cold weather got it to freeze up, so maybe there's a chance you can get out on this if you feel like doing it. Actually, there's one guy out here fishing at the moment. Yeah. So, I mean, he thought it was safe enough to get out there, so maybe you'll be able to get out here.
There's a chance.
Yeah. So you're telling me there's a chance. My goodness. Well, we thought this would be the best area, and it looks like we were right, but we'll get out here, spud out here a little bit, and I'll drill a hole and kind of see what it is exactly. If it's, you know, it might scare us, it might not, but it's hard to tell. You know, you can't see.
Right.
You can't tell what you're walking on or what you're going to here because of the snow melted into the ice, but
sounds
sagging.
Pretty decent.
Solid.
I guess if I go swimming, you guys will be the first to know.
The lens will get a little water on it.
Yeah. Not too bad. It feels weird walking on it.
Like I said, it's just so hard to tell what you're walking to and what you're walking into with this stuff. It's all the same color, the good and the bad.
Yeah.
I can see one spot in the distance that looks sketchy already there, but
very.
I don't see any open water out here like on Hall though. Like I said, Hall had you know, where the rock point is on Hall there, that was actually opened up. So that made that ice go pretty fast. Once it starts opening up a little bit in one spot, it doesn't take it long to eat away the rest of it.
Right.
But here on Bud, I don't see anything that looks open, so that's good.
Seems pretty solid for the most part.
But I guess I'll drill a hole and we'll see what happens, huh? So it's solid on the top, but it definitely cuts through pretty quick there. I don't think, you probably got about 3 inches of decent ice, and then the rest of it is not so good. But yeah, it's probably only, I'd say that's 7 inches maybe. So it's not a lot.
Yeah.
And like I said, when you've got 7 inches ice and you got honeycomb below it, you're on 3.5 right now, roughly. So that's kind of what we got here. So if that's your cup of tea, as they say, I mean, you might be able to get out here and give it a shot one last time. Like I said, there's been people out here fishing and people have done it. So it's not for everybody, as we say. Make sure you have everything. Obviously you can see me, I have my whole suit on, float suit, bibs. Even when it's warm out, you want to make sure you have this coat on, because walking around with just your bibs, well, then you turn into an upside down bobber. You know, it's just maybe.
We gotta mess with that theory sometimes.
We gotta maybe test
see
it.
if that's right or not.
Test it when it's a little warmer out, or maybe in the boat we'll test it and see what happens. But,
there you go.
You know, when you have the bottoms on, the bottoms are gonna want to go up, and then you know, right here, you're gonna want to sink, so it might turn you around. So that's why you always want to at least have your coat on, and always have your bib, you know, everything on, just because you just never know how fast it can happen. I mean, it's kind of, these conditions are just crazy, and you just have to be extremely careful. You always want to be cautious, but this stuff is, you know, this is about as sketchy as it's going to get for this time of year. So you just have to be cautious at all times. Now tomorrow, you know, it's Thursday, so tomorrow it's only going to be, I think, 26 for the high, and we're going to get some teens, you know, teens for the lows, and it's not going to get above freezing. Saturday it's going to be a little warmer, and then Sunday we're going to be back in the 40s again. So I don't know how much more I can take of that. I mean, I'm hoping that it just gets out of here. I mean, that's going to be our best bet, is things warm up, the ice breaks up and leaves, so we can get the boats out, because it's just going to be sketchy from here on out. Yeah. You know, we're going to keep trying to give you reports and see what we're seeing, but this is probably going to be your best shot of getting out, is right here. If you want to get on, it's going to be at the water treatment plant. I don't see any other spots. I tried that bird park access over there on the north end, and well, that was pretty sketch. I made it out, and then on the way back I was just kind of very quickly making it back to shore. So this time I'm not assuming, I'm telling you the truth there. That is what I seen, so that wasn't as good. And the ice out there on that north end was a lot thinner. I think I had 6 inches of ice then, so now it may be less. I mean, I know a lot has changed since Sunday, so like I said, these warmer days and the 40-degree temps and the sun being out, it doesn't take it long to beat on this ice and take care of it. So hopefully she'll just leave.
Yep. Definitely. Well, run up to Sisseton.
All right, we'll go show you Sisseton, and then that'll be it. Whew.
Oh!
What? Wow. Wow. I mean, I'm kind of impressed, considering, you know, if you watched the last ice report video when we were here, you know, this was all open, and you had to step on floating. Well, this is where I fell through at.
Yeah.
Can I do it again?
Oh, she's sinking.
She's sinking, but...
Oh!
That's why they got this strap on these. That's why you always use this. That way it doesn't go bye-bye.
Yeah.
That must have been a little soft spot.
Six hits.
Yeah, I mean, it's better than what it was.
Right.
But like I said, that spot that I hit there, I mean, there's no sign to say that that's thinner. And you know, you hit that and then, I mean, that's how quickly it can change out here. And you just, there's no way to tell where that thinner ice is. And that's why it's such a dangerous time. We're not saying you can't go out or anything like that, but we're just saying that, you know, it's just very sketchy, very, very sketchy. And it's no safe, or no ice is safe ice, like we always say. Well, this stuff is beyond the safe spot, I think, but not saying that you can't get out and try it. Yeah. But it all depends on how big of cojones you have and, you know, how desperate you are to get out in that situation. And I'm not that desperate.
No.
Like I said, we're in limbo now, I think, to where we just gotta wait till this stuff gets out of here. I don't see any open water from here, though. I mean, that's kind of a good thing. Nothing's opened up on Sisseton, so that makes you feel a little better. These edges have hardened up since the last time we've been out here. But I don't, you know, 6-7 inches ice on this stuff, so 3.5 is what you're thinking, you know, with the honeycomb action we had. You know, 3.5 inches ice, so you've got early ice and you've got, you know, late ice strength. So it's kind of a scary deal in what you're dealing with.
Yes, absolutely.
So we're not saying it's impossible here on Sisseton either. You may be able to get out there. That's your call. Like I said, I'm on the team no there, and you know, we don't want to put anybody's lives in danger, and you know, be smart about things. Like I said, if you're gonna do it, make sure you have all your stuff. Spud bar will be most important. Minimal gear, you know, maybe a flasher and the drill, and that's it, and a pole.
Yeah.
Maybe some extra tackle, but you want to be as light as possible. And I don't know, maybe you're smaller than me too. I mean, that's one thing too. If you only weigh 150 pounds or less, you can go on, you know, thinner ice than I can, but I mean, we got to laugh a little bit, right?
Yep.
We're trying.
The card we've been dealt this year, that's all you can do is just laugh.
It is, and like I said, we're thinking of positives. We're thinking spring, so I mean, you know, we do boat trips on our guided trips, so if you're looking to get out this spring, we're thinking this bite this spring is going to be crazy. I think it's going to be one of the best bites we've ever had. Every spring has been really, really good, but I think this spring is just going to be over the top, is what I'm predicting on that. I mean, depending on what the weather does, you know, you never know. We could get that lovely April and May snow. But I guess if the water's open, I don't care. I'll dress warm and we'll get out there and catch fish.
Yep, definitely.
That's the best part about when you're on something that floats, is you don't have to worry about going in unless you forget to put the plug in.
Yeah. Don't forget that or you'll sink just like through ice.
Tip number 1 of the new open water season is don't forget to put the plug in the boat, okay? Just remember that. You will stay dry.
Yep.
Or you'll be really booking it back to the boat ramp, one of the two. Maybe I know from experience, maybe I don't. That's another story for another day.
Well, I suppose that's been another ice report from Fairmont, Minnesota.
We will keep you updated the best we can. I mean, now we're going to probably go into ice out mode. We're going to report what we see, and you know, like I said, stay tuned for that video of us looking for taking the boat and looking for some open water, because that's what we're going to do here this weekend and into next week. Is what the heck, we might as well try.
Yep.
I mean, they're ready to go. I mean, they barely got put away. So
I know.
I think
They've
January
only been sitting for a month and a half.
I think January 16th was, or you know, that week before that when we got the blizzards, when I finally, you know, put mine away. So
yep. Yep.
So we can dig it back out and see what happens. But
definitely. So thank you guys for watching our videos and supporting us. Make sure that you share the videos, like, subscribe, let all your friends know, and continue watching. We appreciate it a lot.
Yep, guys, thanks a lot. We appreciate each and every one of you for watching, and stay tuned. There's going to be more. We're not going to give up.
Yeah.
There's going to be more content, a lot more fun stuff. We're going to try to do a lot of fun things. We're not going to be guiding anymore right now for the ice, so we're going to have plenty of time to do other stuff. So stay tuned. A few
days off. We'll see what we can dream up to make videos for you guys.
All right, well, stay tuned, guys. Thanks a lot.
All right. Check you on the next one.